The other thing that I thought was interesting that you brought up was around collaboration and design being more of a collaborative process. I definitely am seeing that as well within our own customer base and even within our teams at user testing, and even seeing different roles. Like actually earlier today, I was on a call with one of our engineers and he was talking to me about an idea he had, and he pulled up Figma and he starts like showing me the prototype he built. And I'm like, it just sort of like hit me like, oh, engineers working in Figma. I'm like, wow, this is really fascinating. So of course then I'm starting going down the path of like, when did you start doing this? He's like, oh yeah, I've had this license for a while and we've got a whole like pattern library we're using. I just pull from that. And I'm like, oh, it makes so much sense. So that is a big change for the industry too. Selfishly, I want to see the same thing happening with customer feedback and user research, but certainly lots of change there.
Absolutely. And that brings with a lot of things, like what's the role clarity, right? When that engineer interacts with the designer, who makes the call, how do you think about integrating their feedback with customer feedback? But it is amazing to see so many different people, different kinds of roles pick this up. I mean, only a third of the Figma users identify as designers. So 2/3 of them are non-designers. And that just tells you something about participation and who is participating now.
Yeah, and the sort of, you touched a little bit about it in the beginning, but the whole piece of collaboration, like that's such a critical part to the experience of using your product. Anybody can get in there and collaborate on the designs and give feedback, even if they're not in there actually making the designs. And I think that really does help with rallying the team around something.